Hello there. My husband and I have travelled from afar to bathe in the history of our ancestors. And dragons! A whole fleet of the things coming our way. Brace yourself, brave warrior. These foul beasts will grant you no quarter. Good work. Sorry, I may have exaggerated the threat a little. Makes these dragon defense drills much more effective. You never know when it'll happen for real. Though if my husband is to be believed, the bigger problem here is ghosts.
The company had arrived at the main gates of the once great dwarven kingdom of Erebor. The ruined entrance stood as a harrowing reminder of the horror that lay within.
Is it working at the minute, mate?
Up here!
You have keen eyes, Master Baggins.
Ah, cool. Glad the headset's working. Are you keeping well as well? I know, like, this week's been a bit tense in fear, but trying even is the word. Sorry, I'm still drunk. That's suspicious, isn't it? Oh. Yeah, Friday this week, Bloodborne's out, so I'll be picking that up last week. It's good to hear. I mean, it sucks, let's just put it that way. Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, on Friday I've got work until 2:30, I guess, and then I'll go into town, pick it up, and then should be back for maybe 3:30, 4, I reckon. And I'll be streaming all night. I think the missus is out that night as well, so there'll be no interruptions. I'll order takeaway or something, so I don't have to move. I suspect I'll be frustrated as hell with it at times, but kind of is what it is. There'll be lots of swearing. I was gonna buy it digitally. I mean, it was you know, part of the plan. The only thing is, I mean, I'm not an advocate for like Game and whoever making a shit ton of money on trade-ins and that sort of thing. But I'd much rather be able to have a physical copy in my hand that I can then sell to a friend or lend to a friend. I mean, the last sort of AAA game that I got excited for was The Last of Us on PS3. And I paid pretty much pound for pound exactly the same money as I would for a physical copy. but I bought a digital copy, and then I'm stuck with it. You know, there's nothing I can do once I'd finished it. I mean, there's nothing else to do. I mean, I am completely for digital copies of games. You know, I've got, you know, both of my hard drives on my PCs are full of digital games through Steam or whatever. Or PS3's full of digital games and PS4. To be honest with you, I've only got Last of Us on PS3. The PS4 version, I couldn't be bothered to pick up. I'd already played through it like 4 times. I still suck at it. Never got good at it. But I mean, I don't think it's something I'll play again. I mean, I'd love to. It's good to watch. It's watching someone play it is phenomenal. But I don't think I'll play through it ever again. I think my time with that game's done. I mean, shit. I mean, also, there's so many other games to play. I mean, when you've already played through a campaign sort of 4 times or whatever, 5 hours a piece or whatever, you know, I think that's quite enough time in the game. Alright, is it any good? I've seen a few, I've seen a bit about it. I believe it was built with Unity. I mean, I like to keep an eye out for what games are built with Unity. Obviously, dabbling in Unity myself. So I've got funny throat today. Right, yeah, I seem to recall from what I've seen, it seems very Twitch control-y. You know, you've got to be very precise with what you do. I think there's a place for platformers. There's very few that get it right anymore. I feel, anyway. Sometimes the mechanics just aren't quite right. They're too floaty or... yeah, just not always completely how I want to play. Take that, inane statue. Like today, I'm contemplating what to play. I mean, I want to do the last 2 levels of this, and a bonus level, and maybe do a few free play things. Probably hit up GTA at some point. I've got loads to do on that. Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, Bloodborne, they're rare games. I mean, there's not many people that are going to put up with that kind of rubbish. But if you kind of expect that that's the way it's going to be, it's worth it. And that's the charm and the appeal. I mean, I read something about Bloodborne the other day that the New Game Plus mode in it, the developers are even having trouble beating. And if they can't beat it, I've got no chance. I mean, despite having the platinums in those games, they're not hard to platinum, I don't think. But playing past sort of New Game 2, New Game 3, it's just going to be a disaster. I haven't got the patience to learn all the attack patterns and timings for dodges and that sort of thing.
Let all those who doubted us
I tend to hide behind shields.
rue this day.
And with Bloodborne, the shield system works a little bit differently from what I understand. You can't just turtle it with a shield up, you know, and wait for an opening. You have to be proactive on how you fight the enemies. It could be... it's going to go one of 2 ways. I'm either going to love the game and I'm going to get it, or I'm just going to hate it and I'll play it that first day and then throw it out the fucking window. Yeah, New Game Plus is generally easier, despite the difficulty ramping up by about 25%. But you've got used to the way the game works. You've got used to the areas. It's not like a first walkthrough, is it? At that point, so you understand where things are, and also your characters. You've spent time with your character. You understand how they work. you know, you've built them to work a specific way. And obviously you got better weapons and that sort of thing, weapons that you understand the attack combos with. But once it gets to sort of New Game Plus 2 and 3, I mean, especially with like Dark Souls 2, where they threw new enemies at you and what have you. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, yeah. Characters built, you get it. Oh, I got that. Yeah. Yeah, Dark Souls 2, for instance, as I was just going to say, they sort of threw new stuff at you, mixed it up a little bit, which was good. Keeps it fresh, keeps it interesting, but at the same time, I'd already, you know, I wasn't invested in the story or the world or the environments or whatever. And at that point, I just thought, oh, I'm not interested in this. I'm gonna do what I have to and then put it down, which is a shame. I mean, I was playing Demon's Souls again the other day, and that's a game I've played a ton of times, as I've said to you before, and I still am not bored of it. Nowhere near bored in any way, shape or form. It's great. Yeah, is the computer going to do the... No. I've got a standard definition capture card, so I can't stream Demon's Souls, unfortunately. But I've been looking at sort of HD cards and PVRs and all this kind of thing, and I reckon for about £130 I could probably get a setup that'll work. Maybe, but that, I mean,
The hidden door.
I'm coming up to Wolves in the end of May, so first thing to save for is that. Then after that, I've got to save for some terrain editor packages for Unity, which is another £100. And then after that, that's when I'll probably get the capture card. So I'm probably talking September time, I guess.
The last line.
In the meantime, though, I've got a ton of... do I have an actual date? I'm coming up on Sunday the 24th, I think. We're leaving here mid-morning, lunchtime-ish. So, providing the weather's good. I mean, it's a bank holiday weekend, so there'll be dickhead drivers out. But if the traffic's good, we'll probably make it in 3 hours. So maybe 2, 3 o'clock. Traffic's bad, maybe 4 or 5 hours. And then that night we're staying at my friend Rianne's, which is Bantock Parkish area. No real plans. Food and drink that night, and then Monday is slam dunk. So I'll be around town area, or you know, I can head out to you, whatever. I don't mind. And then we'll come back on the Tuesday, which is the 26th. Yeah, I seem to recall you said you were. So maybe on the Sunday night, maybe I can walk around, have a coffee with you, check out your gaming rig.
The last light
Say hi to your mum.
Durin's day had revealed the secret entrance into the mountain, described by the map. Before the company lay a dark corridor which would lead them deep into the kingdom of Erebor and to the lost treasures of Durin's folk.
I'll come and check out your Dark Souls 2 character. I presume you've got it on PC, so I'll come and have a look, see what you got.
The company passed into the mountain through the secret door, their goal finally within reach. Matters were now left
Are you
their
playing a
burglar
Pally type
once
character on
again
Dark Souls
show
2, aren't
his
you?
worth.
I know these walls.
May the heart of the mountain unite all dwarves.
The Arkenstone.
What's that?
That
Master Burglar is why you are here. We make that forges. He'll see us. Not if we split up.
You want me to find a jewel?
Cool.
There is only one.
So you didn't stop at like soul level 120, 125 or whatever like some people do. You've sort of carried on, because that seems to be like the PvP. Your high warrior look. So it's a bit different on Demon Souls because you can only have 4 character slots. And I've obviously got like the first character I ever started, which is now maximum soul level. I've got like other characters that I've started for friends have started when they've come round, so I have to be careful which one I delete. I suck at PvP. Always have done, always will do.
Something made of gold.
There's too much to think about with PvP, I can't be bothered with it. Hang on, I just need to turn the headset down a sec. So. Okay, it's true.
There you are, thief in the shadow.
I watched Lobos sort of play through it, and the thing for me with that kind of game is that I don't want to just be fighting generic humanoid enemies. That is no interest to me at all. Like Demon Souls, I mean, there's humanoid enemies, but they're sort of like a bit like Sen's Fortress, whatever, where they're not your standard just men in armor or whatever. They're always like creatures of some kind. I mean, obviously you got like your hollow Dreglin type things, what have you. Whereas Lords of the Fallen was all sort of humanoid enemies, and it just felt a bit uninspired. I mean, it looked pretty, and it looked sort of, you know, the best mechanics of Dark Souls, but I wanted something a bit more than that, really. That's the thing I'm excited about in Bloodborne, because you know, a lot of the enemies I've seen, they're not your standard like men, humanoid type enemies. They're a distortion of twisted limbs, that kind of thing. That, I guess the same sort of applies to Resident Evil style games as well. I get you, definitely. It scratches the itch, that's what you want.
Do you now?
There was like a 2D Souls-like game. I can't remember what it's called. Salt and something, I seem to recall. And that looks quite good.
Truly, the tales and the songs
I don't want to call it a platformer,
short.
but it's, you know,
of your enormity, O Smaug.
very flash vector animation type stuff. I don't know how to sort of describe it really, but it looked quite good. I'll show you. Salt and Here we go. Salt and Sanctuary. Kind of looks a bit like Dark Souls-esque. Parry mechanics and dodge and weapon, upgrades, that sort of thing. Oh, definitely story there. You have to piece it together yourself though, which I kind of like. There's a guy called Varti Vidya. I believe he's an Australian guy, and he does lore videos about everything and anything. Characters, areas, weapons. And he does a really good job of piecing together if you haven't quite figured it out.
My name, but I don't remember smelling your
In some ways, that's kind of what I like about Dark Souls, is that it is a bit vague, it is a bit ambiguous. Sort of have to think a little bit about what's going on, why you're doing things that you're doing, who's good, who's bad, what their ulterior motives are.
Through the air, I am he who walks unseen. I am luck wearer, riddle maker.
That's the guy. Definitely check him out. He does some great videos. Definitely do. I think if you're wondering about the lore and that kind of thing, he puts some really. I mean, it's obviously his interpretation of the lore. I know he's got some kind of tie now, I guess, to From Software or Namco. I'm not too sure what, because he gets to sort of preview build games and that sort of thing. Say the preview builds even, I should say. So I'm guessing he has got to speak to the developers in one way or another, or even the producers, whatever. Probably has a little bit of insider knowledge of where they were going with a particular story, whether or not they fleshed it out fully in the game. But yeah, he puts forward some fantastic ideas and fills in the blanks, I guess.
lovely titles. Go on.
Barrel Rider.
Barrel. Now that is interesting. And what about your little dwarf friends? Where are they hiding?
Up my bum.
You've got that all wrong.
Oh, I don't think so. Barrel Rider.
Truly. You are mistaken. Oh,
Yeah, as I was saying earlier as well, after I've played this for a bit, I'm probably going to go into GTA, carry on the story mode somewhat. I haven't even tried out the heist yet. None of my friends that play GTA have been online or have been playing GTA anyway. A lot of them are playing Destiny, or some of them picked up Battlefield the other day. Or I might check out is it Valiant Hearts, sort of World War story type thing. I might play that, I don't know. So I've not touched that yet. I think that'll be an interesting game. A bit like Thomas Was Alone, one that you play through once and then experience.
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think our
Little Dan.
ends here.
Dans are the best. I was really excited for Destiny when it was announced. I was I thought, wow, this is going to be sort of Borderlands meets Star Wars. You know, gotta try it. And then I played the alpha. It didn't excite me at all. If anything, it just killed my hype. I played the beta, and that just was a final nail in the coffin. I was just so bored of it, and everything that I felt they'd sort of said about the game, you know, this open worldness. Basically, I just had this vision that it was just going to be massive, sprawling areas that you could just explore at your leisure and what have you, and come across roaming bandits and that sort of. And it didn't always feel like that. It felt a bit more linear. Yeah, it sort of replay the same areas over and over again. Yeah, that's it. In the end, it just seemed like another first-person shooter. My friend Tom is always trying to convince me to get it. He's like, every time he sees it on special somewhere, he's like, oh, it's only £25 or whatever. I haven't got enough time to be bothered to put into it anyway. I mean, I'm sure it'd be fun if I was playing with him and his missus and streaming and you know, chatting with people or whatever, but I'm not.
I was just saying,
not bothered.
Your reputation precedes you, O Smaug the tyrannical. Truly, you have no equal on this earth.
First-person shooters and me don't do anything. I mean, I still like playing Doom, the original one on, you know, whatever device I can get it on. But apart from that, first-person shooters don't really do a lot, as they are as, you know, if it's one that's got a bit of a twist like Fallout or Borderlands or something like that, I can find other ways to entertain myself and see past the fact it's a first-person shooter, but
no fire hot enough to set
corridor shooters, nothing.
Have we not? I did not look to see you so easily outwitted! You have grown slow and fat in your dotage, slug. Take cover! Go!
Exactly. Everything else is posh Doom. I love Doom so much. I mean, I know it's not the original first-person shooter, but it was the first-person shooter that I ever experienced. At that point, I mean, I had a really good friend that had like Atari ST and what have you, but it wasn't until the PS1 came out that I obviously got to experience the first-person shooter in Doom, and Final Doom. And I fell in love, and I know, you know, that's sacrilege, it was a PC shooter and whatever, and I'm sure someone somewhere will have something to say about it, but that was where I experienced it. That was my love. I did play other first-person shooters on the PS1, like Kalik the Blood. That was quite good. There was an Alien game as well. I used to love the Atari ST. I mean, I was a kid. My dad had a ZX Spectrum 128K with the tape deck built in, and that was my first experience of gaming at about 3 years old. And then, as I say, my friend Stephen had Atari ST and Amigas and bits and pieces back in the day. And then at some point I ended up with a 486, but in the meantime I had like the NES, the SNES, my brother had the Master System. We never had a Mega Drive. I never actually owned an N64 until I was an adult. Sort of missed all of that. Played them at friends' houses, but never had one. Eventually got a PS1. When the PS2 was out, I was living in Wolverhampton. Didn't really have a lot of money, so I kind of missed that until late in the cycle, till I was about 21. So maybe sort of 2004, I guess, I picked up a PS1. But at that point I had a shit ton of money, so I picked up literally, I walked into game one day and spent like £700 on a PS2 and you know, this huge back catalogue of games. And I kid you not. Yeah, and that was my experience of the PS2. And even now I still play the PS2 because there's still a shit ton of games I've never played on it and that I want to play. And then the PS3 I picked up at launch, PS4 I picked up at launch. I never had an Xbox. I played a friend's when I was about 21, and I didn't like the controller. It completely put me off. And again, I know people go, "Oh, the controllers are much better." For me, not at all. I didn't like them. It's kind of why I stuck with PlayStation. I like the pads. I know what I'm getting with the pads. I know what I'm getting with the consoles. I'm thinking about picking up ESO on the PS4, maybe. Now that it's you know, you buy it and then it's free to play, I'm definitely thinking about picking it up. Me and my friend Tom, in fact, thinking about getting it. I reckon I can probably get enough play out of it at some point. Sort of justify buying it. Again, sort of the reason I'm hesitant about buying that's kind of the same reason I'm hesitant about picking up Destiny.
On my mark.
Is that well, or by getting WoW or getting any of these, you know, massively multiplayer games, I can't be bothered to sit here and make friends with people, you know, and chat with people. I know, which sounds a bit silly as I'm sitting with a headset on chatting with you, but I don't want to have to make in-game friends. I'd rather play with a group of people I do know in the real world, so I'm sort of tied by what they're playing at that point. I mean, a lot of the criticisms I've seen about ESO were sort of from the die-hard fans. I wouldn't class myself a die-hard fan. I only got into the series at Oblivion when it came to the PS3, so I was years after everybody else. And that was only because my brother picked it up, to be honest with you. Since then, I've gone back. I've played Morrowind with HD, you know, texture packs and whatever on it. Played Skyrim. I'm not always comfortable talking to people. Is my problem. But not even comfortable. I just can't be bothered. I really can't. I mean, I'm not saying there's not some fantastic people out there to be met, but I just can't be bothered. I'm too lazy to be chatting with people like that. And unfortunately, that's like a big part of what you have to do in those games, isn't it? You have to play as a team, otherwise you do miss quite a large portion of the game. I used to play a game, Warhawk, online back in 2007. I've already said this before to you. And I met some good people then. Some funny people, some friendly people.
No!
Yeah, that was always one of my experiences on WoW. Just people spamming chat. And I know you can change channels and filter things out and block people's chat and whatever, but it's just too much like hard work. I just want to go into a game and I want to play the game. I don't want to have to contend with idiots. And actually, that's why I'm quite excited for Bloodborne, because they've got the sort of Dark Souls style summoning, whatever. You know, you've got an item, you summon people, or you can get pulled to other people's worlds if you want, or whatever. But there's also like a code system that you can use with your friends. And you give them a code and you sort of almost party up so that you can join your friends a hell of a lot easier. So this one needs to be good. Bloodborne is PS4 exclusive. People are up in arms about it, but the fact of the matter is, basically Sony sort of funded, you know, the production of it at the beginning. That was Sony went to From Software with the game idea, wasn't, you know, From Software idea. Sony went to him and said, we want you to make a game with these kind of themes. We know you're good at it. And then From Software obliged. So, I mean, I really, really cannot see it coming to anything else at all. Oh, hit it in the head. Poor dragon. What I'll probably do on Bloodborne, I suspect, is I'll start a character, I'll pick the weapon that I think I'm going to enjoy the most, play it for maybe like an hour or two, see how I feel about the character at that point, and then if I like it, obviously continue. If not, I'll probably scrap that character and start again once I've got sort of used to the mechanics, made a few mistakes, that kind of thing. It's a bit of a cheap way to play, I know. I could probably just bounce back from the mistakes, but I can't be bothered to get sort of, you know, have to grind or whatever for 10 hours to find a good weapon that I like, or whatever. So yeah, the first hour or two will probably just be testing the waters, as it were. Toasty.
I am taking back what you stole.
Oh,
You will take nothing from
I didn't
me.
see the text in the way.
I laid low your warriors of old. I instilled terror in the hearts of men. I am king under the mountain.
How do you mean? Sorry, I'm probably reading it completely wrong. I don't get what you mean. I'm probably just being completely dumb. basically, I guess what you're asking is, do I think like it's just their way of copping out by being able to just slap Lego just so they don't have to work on the fidelity of the graphics?
These are dwarf lands.
Is that what you mean?
Dwarf gold.
I'm a bit lost still. Sorry. Oh, okay. To be honest with you, I don't know how I feel about all this kind of stuff, to be honest with you. It's I mean, there's definitely a cash cow to be made, but I don't know if this is going to answer your question, but for every Lego game is the same. Let's just put it that way. So I guess kind of maybe it does kind of answer your question. To me, it does just feel like there is very little that differentiates them completely, and I do feel sometimes, yeah, they just pump them out just because they can. I mean, obviously there's a lot that goes into them. Designing them, clearly there's a lot of thought going into the mechanics of different characters and whatever, but now they've already got these mechanics in place, so it's not like they're developing, it's just, you know, an iteration process at that point. I mean, I've played so many Lego games, it's untrue. I've played, you know, the Star Wars ones, the Indiana Jones ones, the Batman ones, Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit. What else have I played? I don't know. I mean, I've played Lord of the Rings on the PS3 and the Vita. Lego Batman 2, I think it was, I've played on the PS3 and on the Vita. Yeah, I mean, I've played most of them. I mean, but then, saying that, the other day I saw a trailer for Lego Jurassic World. And you know, just as I'm thinking, you know, I'm finding it hard playing through this game. I'm a bit not bored of it, but it's the same old, same old. I'm not invested in it so much anymore. See, Hobbit, you're saying? Oh, exactly, definitely, yeah. I mean, the studio that make these games are good at what they do. They're fantastic. Oh, I played Lego Marvel as well, obviously. They're good at what they do. They sell loads. You know, there's a market there for these games, but I think, from my point of view, there's only so many more they can do. But that being said, obviously with Lego bringing out Simpsons sets at the minute, you know, they've just announced a Quickie Mart. I can totally see them doing a Lego Simpsons game in this kind of vein, and I would go batshit crazy over it. I would. I hate to say it, but that'd have to be a day one purchase for me. But yeah, Lego Jurassic World, I think, will be another one I'll pick up at some point when I see it come down in price. Dinosaurs, Simpsons, Lego, what isn't there to love? What have we done? Right, there we go. Right, that's the story mode done. 27% of the game completed, though. This is what I like about these games, though. They give you value for money. I mean, I'm probably 7 hours in, I guess. Yeah, about 7 hours in, I'd say. Maybe 7.5 hours in. And I've just finished the story. It's not bad. Yeah, it wasn't taxing. There's a few sections that were a bit glitchy. But now I'll spend another... Simpsons Road Rage was good fun. Definitely. Wait, which one was that? There was one that was good and one that was bad. There was Road Rage and Hit and Run. One was like GTA, one was like Crazy Taxi. The Crazy Taxi one was okay. The GTA one was quite good. I really enjoyed that. How
do I get up there?
Huh? 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 Huh?
Right, yeah, the Crazy Taxi one, yeah. I mean, that was good. That was very good, and I loved Crazy Taxi back in the day. So, it was very, very good. But the GTA one was better for me. It's a bit strange, not being able to, you know. Obviously, it was GTA without the violence. Put it that way. The thing that got me with Crazy Taxi was the soundtrack. I mean, you know, putting Old Offspring on there and that sort of thing. It goes back to my childhood. Well, it was my childhood, I guess, when it came out. And I remember playing it in the arcade and thinking, wow, this is amazing. I mean, I was terrible at it. I'm terrible at all racing games. I'm guessing now I've got to...
How do I get up there?
I can freely swap out. So I need...
How do I get up there?
Oh, it's him. Dory. G circle. Let's switch out to. Oh, no, Legolas. Ah, balls. And I don't know if you've noticed when I play Lego Hobbit, I have no sound, no music, because I upload my streams to YouTube. And then I got a takedown notice, like a copyright infringement thing, which is just ridiculous because of the background music. I just made a choice at that point not to have any background music at all. Where's the sweet spot? Sweet spot. Over here. Where's the sweet spot? This is ridiculous. The fact that the helpstone is there. Who'd have found? Oh, I've just got to pause it. Like that. Sweet. Sweat. Right. That's where I need to find guidance. Say 48, okay. First things first, let's see. So I'll put a letter over here. Out for guard. Switch to you. Just climb up. Gonna split the screen. doesn't work. Wait, back to this. Okay. Stupid. Can't even game. Elder Scrolls 6, no. There's obviously E3's coming up in June, and Bethesda never do like a presentation. You know, they don't go to E3. They barely show anything off. I mean, they have done in the past, but it's not a thing they do. But this year they've said that they're going to do their own conference, which I mean, a lot of people have taken to mean a lot of different things. It could be that, I mean, they're a publishing house as well as a development studio. See, Bethesda Softworks, you know, build Bethesda or whatever it is published. So what a lot of people have taken that to mean is that Fallout 4's on its way. It's been rumoured to be in production for years. There's also the train of thought that with Fallout 3 was developed by Bethesda Softworks. Fallout New Vegas was developed by Obsidian. So they basically outsourced it with the assets and what have you, and let them sort of do what they had to do and kept an eye on it. There's a thought process that says that that's what they're going to do with the Elder Scrolls 6. So it won't necessarily be I don't know how to say it, but like it will be canon to the Elder Scrolls series, but it will probably be like a Skyrim 1.5 type situation. Also, they think, you know, that the rumours are and the chat that goes on, this is all just internet chatter and certain people that I watch on YouTube and what have you. It won't be pure Bethesda, they don't think, no, because it's known that they're working on Fallout 4. Let's just put it that way. And the fact that they've released an Elder Scrolls game since releasing a in-house developed Fallout game says that they're probably not working on an in-house Elder Scrolls game, as it were. That makes sense. I mean, it'll still be good. It'll still be fantastic. I mean, whatever game engine they're using now, you know, Gamebryo, whatever version I guess it'll be. You know, whatever they've developed for Fallout 4 and for next-gen consoles and high-end PCs, that will be the engine that it will run on, but it won't be primarily developed by Bethesda. They'll probably have a hand in it in some way. It's a tough one again. I found both of them late. I never had sort of a gaming PC, so you know, I never had Fallout 1, Fallout 2, Brotherhood of Steel, any of them, and I got Fallout 3 on the PS3, and I was hooked. And then I went back and played Fallout 1 and Fallout 2, and I understand, you know, they would have been games I would have played if I had a gaming PC back in the day. I've put more time into the Fallout world than I have the Elder Scrolls world. It's not to say I like it more, you know, it's like comparing apples and oranges. They're both good in their own rights. They both have things that I feel need sorting out. I preferred exploring the world of Fallout 3. New Vegas to me I didn't like, which again a lot of people say is wrong and sacrilege, but that's my opinion and I'm sticking to it. I'm more excited for another Fallout game than I am for an Elder Scrolls game. Let's put it that way, at this current standing. I prefer science fiction over fantasy, I guess. So it's, you know, if you take it in that vein, you can kind of see where I'm coming from. A couple of things I need to figure out in this game. How do I get back to cities? Another area. Then how do I replay levels? I suspect it'll be like a little board or something. Hello, dude. What?
Yo ho ho and a bottle of summit. I quite like your piratey swing. Yeah, I know. I ain't got the best singing voice. Tell you what, though. Someone maybe that swing I mentioned. I'll be much too busy having fun to bother myself singing.
The other thing I like about the Fallout series, Fantasy All Day, so definitely. I don't know if you've heard, the next Battlefront game is being shown off gameplay features and what have you next month. I presume they're meaning April when they say that, but that's going to be interesting to see. I've seen some, I guess, very early alpha footage of it, and it looks very, very good. Definitely something that's going to be worth playing. I don't know, it's another first-person shooter, but Star Wars. The only thing that's putting me off is that I don't like the Battlefield games. It's funny, I've got all the Knights of the Old Republic. Well, we've got the Knights of the Old Republic games, but I've never really put much time into them. And I've actually got them at the minute. I bought them the other week on a Humble Bundle package. Yeah, I've never really put a great deal of time in. I think I should. Maybe that would take some. Road. Dude. Need to. No worries, man. Need to get some food. Anyway. Ale. Gold door. That sounds like it's a right. So we're gonna here. That. So I just not like go. Let me quick travel. Oh, right, okay. There we go. Cool. Never knew I could do that. Yeah, what I might do is go and buy Sauron, whatever. Have some lunch myself, and then come back and stream some more, maybe. Sauron. Hello, friend. Easier. Remember, there's a red brick here, or
Undeterred by the advice of the elves and the White Council, the dwarves continued their journey to the Lonely Mountain.
hello? So exit. There. I think they were in Hobbit. I think. Or just bonus. Oh. Wow.
What's that, friend? Why, yes, I have been working out. With these 3 trunk arms of mine, I believe I could wield a 10-ton mithril warhammer. I'd need someone to forge me one, though. Would you mind? You can have something to make you look as impressive as me in return.
Yes. Oh, balls. Balls. Oh wow. Okay. Well, that's it. Okay, you've got 5 minutes to do it. Do this. Easy. Probably the easy way to start. Yeah. Oh, I see. 3, 4.
My grandfather was the miner who found that Arkenstone in the depths of Erebor. It's true. I'd like to be able to pass his miner's hat on as an heirloom. To be honest, any miner's hat would do. Who's to know?
Just see.
The guy walks into the prancing pony and says, "Hey, what are you so happy about?"
That's the place.
No, where is he? My husband insisted on going to this cave near Weathertop to mine materials for forging. He's a blacksmith, you see. But he's been gone an awfully long time, and I'm starting to worry. Please, would you mind awfully having a look for him? I can't open the shop until he returns.
Mm-mm.
Go to the treacherous-looking cave, she says. The loot down there far outweighs the danger, she says.
Women.
Go to the cave, she says. The loot down there far outweighs the danger, she says. Go to the treacherous-looking cave, she says. The loot down there far outweighs the danger, she says. Go to the treacherous-looking cave, she says. The loot down there far outweighs the danger, she says. Go to the cave, she says. The loot down there far outweighs the danger. Treacherous-looking cave, she says. The loot down there far outweighs the danger, she says. Treacherous-looking cave, she says. The loot down there far outweighs the danger, she says. Hey! Could you help a poor smithy out of this cave? Thanks. Let's hurry back to Bree. The wife's waited and I've got the key to the smithy. Oh, where is he? My husband and... Oh, bless me. You found him. Oh, my dear, you must have been so scared in that cave. I bet he's been spouting some delirious nonsense about it being my idea to go to that cave. Oh, no. Hurry and open the shop, dear. Thanks for your help.
Miss.
Be sure to visit whenever you want to forge items.
So.
With my hammers and tongs, you'll never go wrong.
Ew.
Careful with the furnace, eh? I'm not insured. Nice item, that. If you got the designs and the materials, I got the forging. You got the items that need forging. Head on over to the blacksmiths. Yeah.
That's chicken talk for I want to live among the chickens. All this animosity between elves and dwarves. The humble chicken leads a much simpler life. I just need a chicken hat so I can blend in with them. Could you get me one? I've already looked in Hobbiton and found nothing. But maybe you'd have more luck in a farm further afield.
Yep. Congrats. Bark.
Right. I've got carrots, chairs, doilies. What else do I need for a party? Oh, tell you what. A mithril flail display would make for great entertainment with the shiny trails it leaves. Could you forge me one? I've got something that'll double your fortunes if you do. Bless me. Is that a mithril flail? Thank you very much. Now I'd say my guests were in for a flail of a time, wouldn't you? Oh, wonderful.
Oh. Where's the other? Okay, right. Let's get out of here. Hang on, what was Turn. Oh, follow. The other dude. Really stupid.
This map is useless. I can't find this treasure anywhere.
Oh my god. All that.
time is it? It's 3 o'clock. What time is it? It's 3 o'clock.
Off camera, he throws himself. Oh shit. Back to break.